off. Alright, we will be starting with World 3, the Water World. Everyone is going to be checking this first pipe because, while this time that pipe did not lead anywhere, it can lead you straight to Wendy due to the randomizer. And we are starting off with a hand level. I believe this is the second hand level. Ooh. And Paradox with an unfortunate death. And the hand will give us a star. That means that all 3 hand levels will be giving out stars. So this may not be a hammer-heavy seed. So, second level is 1-2. And our players are not finding any items. Nothing but stars. But Bonzoid finds the first full power-up in a box that's, funnily enough, I believe normally the first star of the game. Ooh. And now we have included in the randomizer are what are considered lost levels. They're levels that are not normally in the vanilla Super Mario Bros. 3, and the third level of the game is one of those, and it is an auto-scroller. I believe this is not in the normal game, and it is a long, difficult level due to lots of jellyfish, fish, and a lot of enemies that simply can come up from anywhere. But it is not appearing to give our players any trouble so far. And just as I say that, Bonzoid gets caught by a Paragoomba. Ooh, and Human Mustard suffers an unfortunate death. Auto-scrollers are a terrible level to die in vanilla Super Mario Bros. 3, and the randomizer is no different. But he does get to see where the first Hammer Bro is. What the first Hammer Bro is. And the first Hammer Bro in this game, this randomizer will give us P-Wings, so that could be valuable. I believe this is the World 5 Fort 2. That is the first fortress of the game that Dooley and Bonzoid are going through. I need to stop jinxing players. I was about to say Bonzoid was going through it smoothly, and then he fell in lava, unfortunately. Dooley is going to take his time, luring out a Boo, and he should have little trouble with heading towards Boom Boom. Bonzoid taking a hit from that Boo, as Paradox is heading through the level. Simple enough. And Human Mustard grabs himself a leaf. Bonzoid with little trouble dealing with Boom Boom. Dooley is checking out the lower pipe, which will take you to an open pipe, and Dooley appears to be thinking things over and deciding that this will be the fastest path to Wendy, since he knows that last pipe behind the second fortress must be the pipe to Wendy. Ooh, Bonzoid attempted a coin ship. One feature of the randomizers is that it removes many of the auto-scrolling it removes the auto-scrolling from many levels. But unfortunately, he took a death. So Dooley is, however, just continuing to smoothly progress, as is Paradox. And Paradox encounters one of the... This world's just being terrible. It has I believe in this randomizer there are only 2 auto-scrolling levels, and both of them are in the first world on a fairly common path. Fonzoid is heading back for a hammer bro. Items are very valuable. You never know when you will get a hammer or a cloud. We'll see if Fonzoid uses that on this auto scroller when he discovers what it is. And Fonzoid appears will by intentionally taking a death as Dooley heads towards the fort. And I believe this is a vanilla stage. Dooley and Fonzoid are checking out. I believe this is World 3, Fort 2, exactly where it is supposed to be. It's always fun in a randomizer when something is just precisely where it's meant to be hanging out. Paradox is going through smoothly as well. And Human Mustard, I believe, will be heading there very shortly as well. Yes, he will. Now, Wendy in the randomizer can be especially difficult. Ooh, and Fonzoid is realizing that due to using a cloud, he cannot go back for the card game, which could have all sorts of goodies. But by missing, he will be the first one to start the Wendy airship. With it not being an auto-scroller, it goes from being a very slow-paced level to one that you can get through very fast. There's... Alright, so it is a 4-hit Earthquake Wendy. That might trip up some players, especially on this ground. Wendy is never an easy fight, and adding in earthquakes and goofy ground makes it hard, makes it even more difficult, but Fonzoid and Paradox have both gotten through it smoothly. We will see if Dooley can keep it up, as Human Mustard is going to use a P-Wing on the level, possibly guessing that Wendy is going to cause some trouble. Ooh, Dooley is in trouble, but he should be able to clear it, and does so. As does Human Mustard, and the second world is the Ice World, normally World 6. Unfortunately, the pipe will not save them any time. And I forget which stage this is, but I am very certain that this is normally a World 6 level. I believe it may even be an auto-scroller normally. Fonzoid had a slow start, but thanks to going back and grabbing that hammer bro that turned out to be a cloud, he has a slight lead. I believe this level is level 5-2 that Fonzoid is in. Wow. Paradox, I believe, chose the other level. We will see what the World 6 first Hammer Brother gives us from Fonzoid. Ooh, Paradox gets 5 one-ups, and Fonzoid gets a hammer. Hammers are especially valuable in the randomizer because one of the things that the randomizer options allow is for hammers to break locks. And breaking a lock in some locations can result in skipping a lot of levels and save a lot of time. We have, after this is the super tanks, which Fonzoid gets through smoothly.
Yep, and the super tanks are, they're in World 8, so, and I am Sharky2107 joining in now, so.
Hey, my buddy Sharky, welcome to the restream. I'm glad you were able to make it. And not only because starting to follow 4 streams, my eyes were starting to get crossed.
Yeah, watching 4 at once. That's fun.
So far, I apologize. Continue.
Yeah, on Paradox we have I believe 3-6. I believe that is.
Yes.
No, not 3-6.
Ooh, 3-8. 3-8. I
Yeah,
believe.
3-8.
I believe 3-6 is an auto scroller in vanilla and is normally skipped.
Yeah, it's 3-8. The other one I'm thinking with Baz is 3-3, which I know it wasn't that one.
Fonzoid, on the other hand, is in what appears to be 6-5, I believe, which is normally a level where you have to bring a Koopa shell up to break these blocks due to white chomping enemies, unless you glitch them out. But sometimes there's a different enemy there, so you don't have to worry about that. You can just fly up to victory.
Yep, and yeah, 6-5. One of the fun levels to get through. Always want to leave, no matter what.
Fonzoid trying out another hammer bro, not being rewarded like he was with his last 2, while Paradox takes an unfortunate hit, and will have to go back through some pipes. Two unfortunate hammer bros.
2 music blocks simultaneously on Fonzoid and Human Mustard, looks like. Oh no, we got a boss pass. And well, I believe that is... What is that? 7... I don't do this level often.
I am not sure which level it is, other than it is very difficult.
7-5, I believe.
7-5 I believe sounds right, and it's especially difficult with a boss bass. And Sharky, true to your name, your appearance has summoned the boss bass. That is the first of the run, first of the night. They were just waiting for you. So Fonzoid is choosing to use his hammer here, which I think is probably a wise move. That is an extremely difficult level with boss bass around.
And Paradox decides, you know what? Let's have some fish food.
Normally a hammer would ideally be used to skip multiple levels, but multiple levels or an auto-scroller perhaps, but with no auto-scrollers in play right now, as both have been seen, skipping a difficult level like that may be better than skipping 2 or 3 later.
Exactly.
Fonzoid, what did you do? I didn't know this was a thing, but that I'm guessing he's trying desperately to get hit by a boomerang.
And then boomerang's not happening. I'm like, no, I'm gonna let you live.
I've never seen that before. That is very I commend Fonzoid for his incredible skill at clipping, but maybe he should have chosen a better time to show off his skill at that.
Yeah, I was looking at Human Mustard getting through the level with boss bass, and I didn't see the clip.
Well,
unfortunate.
You can see the end result. You can see the unfortunate end result, which will allow Paradox to take a significant lead, I imagine, because with 2:10 on the clock, unless Fonzoid can get one of those boomerangs to hit his shoe, that's going to be at least another 3 minutes lost.
Him just sit there, calculate what to do after this.
Well, after he got the clip, he was desperately running for it, but it appears he's accepted his fate of waiting for a time loss. On the bright side, it's a good time for him to go get a drink of water.
Yep. Quick break.
Paradox is checking out 610, which is turning out to be one of the lost levels and one of the faster ones. It's just a straight run to a pipe and avoiding a few enemies. Dooley is only a level behind Human Mustard, although it should be considered that Human Mustard, I believe, I haven't checked his items, he should have an extra hammer on Paradox and Dooley, so Human Mustard might actually be in the lead depending on if this is a hammer-heavy seed or not. And Human Mustard will clear out a board of cards. So
Yep,
that's a
and
lot
Paradox almost got sniped by the walking flame. And ran him cheap in the sun level. So many cheaps.
Human Mustard is sitting on 3 hammers, so I think that means that there are 2 hammers sitting in the card games. So if you're taking the time to do card games in these flags, or in this seed rather, it will pay dividends. Dooley is having little trouble with maybe having a little trouble. But he handles it. He handles the 5 hits rather smoothly. I believe that... I forget which Koopaling that is. Larry, maybe? Maybe
Yeah,
I feel like it's Lemmy, maybe.
I was looking at Koopa because Fonzoid did finally run out of the time. Down to like 1 life.
And Paradox will be the first to reach the 3rd world. We will see what it is.
Ooh,
It is
sky.
World 5, where we march
Skyland.
towards the sky. World 5 is, in this game, in the randomizer, the one of the 2 levels in the game that no matter what are the same for vanilla. The first, it having the climb to the sky.
Yep.
And the other one being, of course, the fight with Bowser at the end of World 8.
And we got another boss bass.
We have ourselves some more hungry fish.
Hungry boss bass.
Well, Human Mustard and Dooley have little trouble with the World 6 boss. That's good. And Paradox will run away from Boss Mass to the end. Fonzoid is digging into the card game, maybe determining that he must be far behind, and so he's hoping for something in there to help him out. As Paradox clears his first set of cards.
Hi, boss bass again. Boss Bass Nation.
There were none of them before you showed up. You summoned them. Ooh! And one of them does catch Paradox.
And that's gonna hurt a little.
So you've been around for like 6 levels, and 3 of them have had Boss Bass. I'm not saying they're only here because of you, but it does seem suspicious to me.
Yeah, and I believe it's 610 we're in right. Not Paradox is in. Before that was 6A, I believe.
Paradox, one last dodge. And with that, I believe Paradox will be heading. Well, Paradox will probably check the Hammer Bros, see what's there.
Yeah. They're randomized, so might as well.
They could be hammers or clouds, or unfortunately stars. As Dooley takes a death at the hands of a Koopa.
Yep. And Vonzoid does get the second world completed. 5 HP to Koopa though.
Well, we know that at the very least, Wendy's out of the way. She was 4-hit Earthquake on Wacky Ground, but everyone handled her fairly smoothly.
That boss bass was hungry and kinda ate Dooley.
Oh, did I miss that? Well, we will see how this progresses. But
One thing I like to say, usually, about those cheap boss passes is rude. You're not supposed to be fish food, at least this early.
Now, when Human Mustard completes the climb, even though he is a level behind, he will have an extra hammer, which could come into play. But I had forgotten that. I apologize. I had forgotten that Paradox completed his own card game, so he can do that skip as well. Skipping, I believe, 3 levels and going straight to a fortress. And skip straight to a fortress, which is the World 2 Fortress, one of the shorter and easier ones. While Dooley chose to check out the first fortress, which turns out to be the World 8 Fortress, one of the longer ones, and it has plenty of precarious jumps if you are not careful.
Yep, we got these conveyor belts.
Conveyor belts and lava and jumping lava fireballs.
And mission footing, well, oops, you're dead, probably.
And a lot of the going fast strategies go out the window when you have no idea what enemy will be places. And Dooley at 5-8 is heading to, I believe, is maybe 6-9. Ooh, and Human Mustard getting jumped on by a walking flame. Just get and a very fortunate use of a P-Wing. In vanilla, the strategy for beating this level is to just use a P-Wing and fly over it. I think Human Mustard was just hoping for a level that he knew he could beat, and instead came out with a level that not only could he beat, but beat with the intended speedrun strats. Oh. Paradox with an unfortunate death, thanks to, I think, iframes running out just a moment too soon. Dooley will be starting the climb soon. And Fonzoid is going to soon be fighting Roy Koopa. Roy, normally in vanilla, is the introduction to the Earthquake Koopa. And instead is just a 1-hit. Roy taking pity on our runners. The other Koopas were 4 and 5 hits. No such trouble this time. Paradox with little no trouble with a 1-hit Koopa either. We'll see. We'll see what the halfway point of the game is.
Yep. Yeah, I was saying, but I forgot my mic was on mute for a second. We had a boss bass in the tower climb, so a lot of boss basses in the third world.
Well, with thanks to with the fourth world is the normal world one, and thanks to hammers, you're able to skip most of it. So our last three, so the second half of the game will be World 2, World 7, which could be very interesting, World 4, and of course World 8 to close it out. So a lot of things that could still happen, especially if Human Mustard can dig out a couple more hammers that it appears he is trying to do, while Paradox seems content.
Just fly through, and we got 1-1.
What are you doing in World 1? You're not supposed to be here.
One of the easiest levels because, well, it's the first level in the game.
Dooley, I think, used 2 clouds to try to skip straight to Roy. He will be very happy when he gets to the actual fight and finds that it's an easy one. As Paradox starts the airship.
I believe that's the World 3 airship. So, by looking at what's at the beginning.
I think so too.
And we got Iggy? No, wait.
I believe it's Iggy.
Iggy or Larry?
Well, very basic. Only difference from the vanilla is that it took an extra hit, but that's not a difficult fight.
Yep, a quick World 1. Typically, World 1 could be quick. If you have a hammer.
If you have a hammer, then it's just 2 levels and an airship. So if it's in the middle of a randomizer, it tends to go by quick. Next, we will have World 4, Giant World. And we will see hammer usage here, I believe.
It may skip a few levels, so...
3 levels, I believe, are able to be skipped. And here we have the World 1 Fortress. An easy one. And
Paradox taking a hit. And he wanted that feather.
Yes, the
leaf.
The leaf would have allowed him to collect an item and not have to deal with Boom Boom and this part. Instead, he'll have to go fight Boom Boom. We will see if Human Mustard will get it and what the item is.
A cloud.
Clouds are... Well, it's going to be an interesting race.
Oh, that cheap try to be sneaky.
I think Paradox is taking a death, as is Human Mustard. And they're just going to Cloud, I imagine.
Yep, both of them will.
And then use a star here, I would imagine, to just take care of the Hammer Bros. And they both get another hammer, so very hammer-heavy seed.
Yep. And both going into another one. Let's see what this one's going to be. A P-Wing.
So World 4 is usually chock full of items from the Hammer Bros in vanilla, proving to be so again here.
And we do have a route divergence. Paradox was going... I don't remember that name of that level. But he decides not to go to that one.
It is. It's a fairly long level. I believe it's in a world. I believe it's a world 4 level, but I could be wrong on that. Oh, no, it's world. It's 5-3, I believe. So Human Muster with a slight lead, using his plentiful
was 5-3.
items.
That was 5-3, so because I have my little cheat sheet over here, so I could look at like, okay, what level is this? I haven't used it in forever.
Well, Human Muster gets through it smoothly, but Paradox doesn't. So, solid lead now for Human Mustard.
Man, is this 6 or 7? I believe this is World 6 airship. No wait,
yeah,
my bad. 7.
Yeah, it's 7. 7
Yes,
has a lot of screws.
Yep,
and is the longest airship, which for the randomizer players, it's a nice little touch that the normally longest airship in the game is one you can roll through. Fonzoid chose not to take an intentional death in the level that Paradox and Human Mustard did, instead choosing to hold on to his cloud.
I love the King's message, have a time, since it's randomized.
Yes, in the randomizer, the King gives you different messages. Toadstools, confidence in you letters often have very interesting messages.
And we have our maze pipeline as World 6, so
desert, which should be fast thanks to hammers, will be World 7, and World 8 could be anything.
Yep.
We will have to see where pipes take our players in this world.
Oh, a water level. At 7-1 location.
This level actually, I believe, is one of the worst levels I apologize. To speedrunners, one of the worst levels in the game due to, I believe, it being an auto scroller.
And I believe it's 7-4.
Ooh. Well,
yeah, I believe that is 7-4.
Paradox needed a Bonzoid or Human Mustard death to make a comeback. Human Mustard does take a death, but chooses to cloud through, so we will see.
And we got 7-1.
7-1. Let's see how long it takes Human Mustard to do the skip. It'll take me forever. I'm no good at it.
And he goes about, what, 7th try?
7 sounds about right. I think it was 6, but it's close enough. Not many tries.
It was quick, so it still saved quite a bit of time, so compared to doing a level normally.
Ooh. Human Mustard with an unfortunate time to have the hammer suit, as he will have to get rid of it. You must you'll just take a death.
Is that a vanilla 741?
Yes, actually it is. You must fly because you must fly up to this pipe in order to reach Boom Boom. So that hammer suit was ensured to be lost.
It's kind of disappointing to have to lose a hammer suit.
And in this level, you do have to sit around here where Paradox is, so We will see though where these pipes take our players.
In that pipe that him and Mustard went through, that's a mushroom. So, fun note: these piranha levels are not randomized. They're always going
Oh,
to be
that
vanilla.
yes, that's right. I forgot about them. There are 4 levels that aren't randomized. The other 2 being the piranha levels.
Oh, a nice hammer.
It's getting to the point where getting hammers doesn't really mean anything.
No,
I mean, you have,
and you find the correct pipe anyway. So,
and he's out. So, I mean, at most you can use what? I guess 4 hammers the rest of the way. 2 in World 2 and 2 in World 8.
if you need them in 8, there are two spots in World 8.
Bonzoid was, I think, hoping for or Human Mustard was hoping for a power up, and he ended up with some 1-ups.
And we get the rare 3-up mushroom, triple mushrooms. I'm not triple
Well-
flowers.
Well, Human Mustard's not going to have to worry about lives, as Dooley is heading towards the World 4 airship. Oh, and Human Mustard's in my favorite level in the game. I say with disdain because this level kills me all the time. The World 7 Fort 2. Is this also here vanilla?
I was thinking that, like, is this 742 and 742's location?
Was this game randomized? Who do we need to talk to?
Yeah, about that. I need to find that person to talk to. Ask them, is World 7 randomized? Meanwhile, we did have a tank level on Paradox side.
Yep, he should get a P-wing, so you know that could come in handy.
And this is World 6 airship.
Ooh, Paradox going risky and using a cloud and a music box to just skip all of that nonsense entirely. If he knew what he skipped, he would be very, very happy.
Just don't want him to die.
Not if he takes a couple more hits. So Ludwig is not appearing to give anyone any trouble, though.
Nope. Mustard gets him about the 38-minute mark, so not too bad.
Paradox is not far behind Human Mustard, so it is still anyone's race, especially since with World 8 being in play, that means that hands may be in play, and hands could be anything.
Yep. Have we found any of the hand levels yet?
Yes, the first level in the game, in fact, was the second hand.
And we have 3-1, I believe, at the 2 pyramid level.
At the pyramid, as Human Mustard and Paradox just skipping straight to the pyramid thanks to a pair of hammers.
Yeah, Paradox wish he had a cloud so he could skip that. Because we're not going to need a cloud most likely in World 8. And to finish things off, it's World 1 airship.
Yep. And then we'll be off to World 8.
And this is Morton. I always get Morton and Roy confused. I believe it's Morton?
Yes, Morton is World 2, Roy is World 5.
Great job by Human Mustard, grabbing on about 39.54. And Paradox right behind him.
And, it's still a very, very
At
close
40.09.
race. I don't know if you noticed it, but on Dooley's screen, an enemy got replaced with an up arrow.
I kind of missed that because I was watching a super high jump Ludwig. Did he grab the spring shoe somewhere? Because he was.
Ludwig is. What is going on in these bottom two levels, the bottom two screens?
Oh, I don't think Dooley meant to go in, but well, I guess we're going to transfer 7-1.
The bouncing up arrow was inside here, so maybe he just isn't feeling comfortable with the clip, or he's going after enough mistakes. Just gotta go for it.
Some glitched out enemies I could see.
Yes, and that's. What have you done, Dooley? Well, hands are definitely in play. We have found a bridge that leads to. We have found the first pipe leading to the hands. And the Navy is replaced with the Air Force.
Yep, we got Air Force sighting.
Normally an auto-scroller, and a very tense one because it's very fast. It's very fast and over all of these pits.
Ouch! So many pits. I kind of wish somebody had a P-Wing, because P-Wings on this level makes it easier. Unfortunately, Paradox slipped and fell in the pit.
Human Mustard and Paradox have both died in here. So it is anybody's. It is still anybody's race.
Yep, I believe Paradox did use his P-Wing, so he'll just fly casually. And we got another boom boom down, so
Fonzoid going for a little bit of item hunting. Oh, and we have our first place finisher. It's Macobra. Macabre. I hope it's Macobra is how it's pronounced. With a time of 42:23. Congratulations.
And Human Mustard does use both of his hammers that he saved up. And this is a perfect place to hunt for
the hammers. Right, we may be dealing with hands.
Oh no. Paradox did not have a second hammer. He's going to have to go through the hands.
Ooh. Well, that could turn out to be a winning play for among our featured runners, though, because if that pipe over there takes you to Bowser, Fonzoid's going to be doing a lot of exploring before returning, or Human Mustard, rather. I apologize. We'll be doing a lot of exploring before heading that way.
I don't like these walking flames.
Yes, the walking flames.
Oh, that squeeze.
Alright, well, we will see where Human Mustard's exploration takes him. Okay, so with that pipe, we know that the bridge will not take you to Bowser.
Nope.
Oh, and Human Mustard has found the path.
And we got 7-6 sighting on Paradox side. He's trying to get that flip.
I believe this level is normally you want a P-Wing for. I believe this level can be just flown right over.
Yes, it is.
Or you could be really good like Paradox and, just clip through it.
Yep. And Human Mustard is killing his final boom boom. And all he has left is Mr. Bowser.
Bowser's Castle. Now, I don't know what items Human Mustard has, so we might see a really cool kill. We might just see a basic Bowser. He has a Hammer Bro suit, so we might see a very cool victory.
Yep,
Ooh.
Paradox did find his way through, so he'll be right behind.
Human Mustard had a good bit of trouble. He barely avoided lasers. But Fonzoid had a second hammer, so he is actually very close to the right path as well.
It's still pretty much anyone's game here, so...
All it takes is Human Mustard missing one jump, and...
Well, he didn't. He killed Bowser, so...
Down goes Bowser. We have times, Ibaba finished in second place with 46.05. Human Mustard third place with a 46.09. 46.09. I apologize. I think I released my mic a little early before I finished the seconds. But very good race.
Yep, and Fonzo did find the correct path, so he's on his final castle level. And Paradox killing Bowser quickly, getting a fanfare, and all he has to do is go through that door to be finished. Gave GG's out for Human Mustard and Paradox on their finishes. And Paradox finished with a 47-minute flat.
Very good time. Unfortunately, we won't be able to get Human Mustard or Paradox in for an interview, but hopefully we'll be able to get Fonzoid and Dualian, especially Fonzoid, because I want to talk about that clip.
Yeah, that was interesting. You don't see that every day.
That clip, especially with how he has played since, it could turn out that clip was the difference between winning the race and finishing.
Oh, nice time. Clip right there by Fonzoid.
You live by the clip, you die by the clip.
Yeah, he doesn't need that one-up. He gets that easy one-up clip. On the final stretch to Bowser.
You know, watching these hammer suit fights, I just kind of feel bad for Bowser. Really, every Bowser fight in Mario 3 makes me feel bad for Bowser.
We just need one person. Just one person to do Frog Suit Mario. I've attempted it in the past, so...
Fonzoid is finished in 5th place with a time of 48:36.
GG's.
Yes, a very good time considering he lost about 4 minutes, probably 4.5 minutes on a clip, at least.
Yep, and that's the difference between... it could be a difference in the win to what you got. But nevertheless, GG's to Fonzoid on that.
And Dually, our last featured runner, is heading towards is heading into the final airship, so he should be good to go. He should be on World 8 very shortly.
And he does get a hammer from Peach entering the World 8.
This seed was just raining hammers. Plenty of hammer suits, plenty of hammers themselves. Just and it reflects in the times. Lots of very short times, thanks to a lot of levels that were able to be skipped. Right in. Our wonderful background folks have switched us to pulled up Fuchsia Fantasy, added them to the as they are still going. That is wonderful.
Yep. And we have Fonzoid with us. GG's.
No, hello guys, how are you?
Fonzoid.
I'm good.
I have to congratulate you and offer my condolences. You're the best person at clips I have maybe ever seen at Mario 3.
Yeah, that's awesome. That was something.
And you are also the best I've seen at desperately trying to die in Mario 3 while being unable to.
Yeah, I was trying to get hit by the boomerang of the boomerang bro, but I don't know, I just couldn't do it. I had to stay there and wait until the time ran up.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. It's like, come on, bro, throw a hammer, throw the boomerang.
Although
it
wasn't that bad. I mean, when I realized that there was nothing that I could do, I just went downstairs, grabbed something to eat, then came back and kept playing. But yeah, it was something, wasn't it? It's not the first time that happens, actually, to me. Not in a race, but that can happen there and also in what state? I believe Vanilla 4.2. That also can happen if you click through the last pipe of the state. You can get stuck there as well.
I know there's a. Okay, I think I know which level you're talking about. Because there's been a level where I've clipped and got stuck. It's like, oops, I did not mean to do that. I think it's one of the fortress levels.
Actually, that's pretty hard to do. That clip involves sub-pixeling, so that never happens. Actually, there is one place where you wanna do that. That is one fortress, I believe is what fortress it is. I don't know, but right at the last part of the fortress that I don't remember, you can actually save like 10 seconds if you do that clip and get it straight to Boom Boom. Also, in that state, I believe it's 7-8, Vanilla 7-8, where you grab a lot of stars and you run through a lot of I don't know, these plants, dark plants.
The Munchers.
The Munchers, yeah. At the beginning of that stage, before you enter the pipe, you can actually do that clip and skip the entire stage. And so there's actually some uses to that type of clipping.
Yes, I think the clip through part of a pipe is also used. At least can be used in I believe the never mind. You were right. You were talking about that level.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking, what number is it? And then it dawned on me. Oh wait, no, yeah, that is that level. But yeah, it has its uses, but unfortunately for you, all it did was well, I mean, it let you go getting something to eat during a race. How many times can you do that?
Yeah, it wasn't that bad. When you accept your fate, then I don't know. I was cool with it. It was okay. At least it's something fun to watch.
Accepting your fate sounds so grim. It's Mario. You're not supposed to accept your fate.
Also, this is the first time I actually choose Green Mario to play as Luigi, and the only time that I chose that color, this happens. So I'm never gonna use Luigi again. I swear.
Luigi's
Well, maybe next time be Waluigi.
Yeah,
Maybe-
I should be Waluigi actually. But besides that, the seed was pretty great actually. Wasn't I mean, it's had a lot of boss bosses. I believe I got eaten like 3 or 4 times. I don't know the other runners. But besides that, also it gave a lot of hammers through the entire run. The Hammer Brothers gave them. Also, the Star Indian card games were hammers as well. So this could have been like a really short seed. Also, the game gave you a lot of outs to play with, because if I remember correctly, I skipped complete like World 1 and World 2. So I mean, besides the clip, I believe that the seed was nice.
Yep.
I think there was about 4 or 5 boss passes that shown up.
Dooley has just finished. Congratulations to Dooley with a time of 56:03. And on the topic of boss bass, Sharky is at fault for that. He got in a little late, but once he did, about 4 of the next 7 levels after he popped in had boss bass. No boss bass before he showed up. So, you know, he summoned them.
Hey, it's one of my races, I guess. Since I'm a shark in it, and boss bass, well, it's a type of fish.
Well, I mean, yeah, there was like, I don't know, 5 or 6 stages that had like boss passes in a row. It was really something to watch. Also, we had the worst, I don't know, the stage 7, Vanilla 7.
742 vanilla.
Yeah, no.
Vanilla in World 7.
No, that stage that you play the entire stage underground. With the blue blocks.
Yes.
I don't remember the stage name.
I think that might be the 7-8 or so. Or no, it might be 7-5. It's one of those horrible World 7 levels. But yes.
Yeah, that stage is pretty bad, and when you have like a boss bass on it in the first section, is awful. I mean, I used a hammer to skip it. I honestly didn't want to play that stage in particular with boss bass on it.
You were not the only one who saw that level and just doped out of it.
I mean, it's what the smart thing to do. I mean, that stage is just awful with a boss bass on it, especially since I didn't have like any power-ups. I mean, if you have like a fire flower or something, then you can, I don't know, defend yourself against it. But I believe I was a small Mario at the time, so there's no way I was gonna make it through that stage.
It's just not a kind level in general.
Yeah.
Especially, it's not a kind level without a boss bass. If you get some unfortunate Paragoombas in there, it can be terrible. But just throwing boss bass in there.
Or if you have like an angry sun there, also that stage is awful. I mean, if you get like something like a boss bass or angry sun on it, then you just have to skip it. I mean, it's just almost impossible to beat it.
Yep. And we're gonna recommend Dodge Master Dolly. GG's.
Man, this seed. I'll tell you.
Yeah, it was an interesting seed.
So, what are your thoughts on the seed?
My thoughts on the seed are, I mean, there was a lot of vanilla, but then it's really stopped from stupid stuff for me. I tried, I don't know if you guys caught that, I almost dodged a 3-6 spinning platform the first time, but I stuck in the one, I'm like, what did I do? And then I just jumped to the pit because reasons unknown. I mean, it Mario 3 is a very video game. I mean, the thing with randomizers is that you don't know what's coming. The enemy placements don't change, so at least I have that going for me. But, you know, if I think a boss bass is coming, like as soon as I know I'm an enemy placement, I'm gonna be jumping straight up regardless, you know?
Yep, and there was like 4 boss passes.
The good thing was I was able to skip all World 2, which was good between the clouds and the hammer. So I don't know what was in World 2 or World 7, whether it was.
Nobody found out. It was a very hammer heavy seed, and
Yeah, no-
Because, you know,
Sharky is at fault for the boss bass. He stepped in, and we got a ton of boss bass. Right, like one after the other. None before then. We did get the auto scrollers early though, which
yeah, it was like the second level was water auto scroller. That was punishing.
it wasn't the pyramid level like I don't remember what level that was offhand.
My thing is that like it's Mario 3, and this was actually good for me because I actually had to go against someone in the next bracket for the SMB tournament. So I haven't played the vanilla game all day. I mean, or all week this past week. So this was good not only to do randomizer, but also be like, okay, I gotta get the mechanics style race again.
and congratulations, not to interrupt, but congratulations to Fuchsia Fantasy, finishing in an hour and 52 seconds. Which is our last, which means we've got 8 finishes out of 9. We are the race is done. It was a lot of fun to watch, and hopefully it was a lot of fun to play.
Oh, it was. It definitely was. Did you guys have the race early last week? Because I thought I came by like around 8:45. You guys were like, darn, I missed it.
I don't recall.
But it's good to be back though.
Well,
it was fun to call
I got
this race.
I got a question for you guys. How do you like the filter?
It messed me up in some levels because you were grabbing, because all the pattern of blocks look the same. I'm like, why are you running into that? And then you pick it up. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
okay. But yes, no, it was the filter was it was neat.
Black and white retro.
If you are playing on you're playing an old timey game on an old timey TV.
Hey, that's how we lived in the 80s.
Yep, old
We had all this
days.
crazy LED stuff.
Well, I believe the next Mario 3 randomizer race will be not next Saturday, but I believe on Wednesday, August 1st at around this time, at around 9 p.m. Eastern. I believe that is the case. We will still be continuing all the Saturdays, but Mario 3 Rando, I believe, will be expanding to 2 weekly races.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I believe Wednesdays on Speed Gaming and Saturdays going to be on Randomania.
That would be great. And Randomania, I believe tomorrow is when a Dragon Warrior randomizer tournament is kicking off at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern, and that sounds like a blast, and hopefully a lot of people, the community enjoys that as well.
Yep. If you guys haven't already, give all these featured runners a follow, and my co-commentator, Hope, a follow as well, and Wolfman behind the scenes doing the restream and tracking.
And you can follow Sharky if you want. I know you can't show yourself, so it's my job to show you, Sharky.
Yeah,
That's
I
how it works.
can't do that to myself.
Follow everybody. Do it.
Yep, it's great calling these races, so
Yeah, it was a blast to watch.
it was fun to commentate. First time in for a while from commentating, so glad to be back doing some commentary for a rando I love.
It is a good one.
And shout out to Fred as well for making this randomizer. is a good, like I said, it's a great randomizer. He's also made a great randomizer for Zelda 1, which I enjoy myself as well. Next, we need a combo randomizer.
No.
No combos.
No.
Just for
No
like the
combo.
NES games. It's Mario 3 Zelda 1 combo.
No.
That would be weird.
No. No. I don't want to have to fight the boss fast to get the sword. No.
If that was possible, I would love it.
I would love to see a Mario 1, Mario 3 combo. That would be nice. I mean, they are both similar games. I mean,
The
I don't know.
jumping physics would ruin me. I'd be so sad. I would be falling into all the pits.
Yep. Pit to the left, pit to the right. Yep. Just follow them all.
Well, Fonzoid, Dooley, or Sharky, do you have anything left to say? Anything, anything to push? Any other comments?
I wish,
I don't know.
congratulations to the runners and good job on the commentary. I'm gonna watch it later on, and I hope to see all you guys next Wednesday.
Yeah, everybody watching that like to play Mario 3, and you should give this a go. It's a really fun. It's not hard to learn. I mean, you don't need to speedrun the game to be able to enjoy and participate on these races. So
Yep.
Hey,
just go
Randomizer.
ahead and try it on.
Randomizer helped me a lot with getting back into the vanilla game, so that says a lot.
Yeah, and if anybody wants to do a SMB3 random race, there's probably people in Discord that's be happy to race.
Yeah, I can say that, just picking up the game and picking up the game, lots of fun if you like Mario 3. Joining in on the races, you don't need to be fast to enjoy the races. You just need to, want to play.
Have fun.
Exactly. That is the goal. The goal is not first or last unless you're a crazy person. The goal is fun.
Yeah.
Like, Bonzoid lost probably 4.5 minutes on a wacky clip, but it was an awesome, fun, wacky clip.
Yeah, it was fun. I enjoyed it a lot. I can't wait to get another one.
Repeat it.
I can't wait.
Maybe next race we get an encore of it. Would it be the same
It'll
person?
just become a weekly thing. Fonzoid will just clip and give everyone the handicap.
Maybe not only Vonzoid, maybe somebody else decided, let's do a clip.
Let's just make a new category. You got to do that. You race until you do that clip.
Yeah, you get a soft lock. I mean, that's a requirement now.
Oh man.
I mean, anyway, guys, I'm gonna head out now. But thank you for having me. It was really fun, and hopefully I'll see you on Wednesday.
Hopefully. Yeah. No.
So.
Okay.
Thank you.
Take care, guys.
Take care. Thank you very much for letting us have you as our featured runners, and thank you to Randomania for letting us use their channel, and thank you to all of you wonderful viewers, especially you. You know who you are.
Yes, you do.
And everyone,
All right,
have
guys,
a
have a good night.
wonderful. Yes, that. Have a wonderful evening
Yep, and just
or morning.
make
Wherever you
sure Boss Bass doesn't try to sneak up behind you and eat you.
Boss ass could turn to fish sticks raw here.
Mean.